quarterback is no team. And you know, back then we had a quarterback that he could fake you off your shorts. And but nowadays, well, you have to bear down with him, you know. He's a little bit slower, but he's a nice guy, real nice guy. But before he comes forward, I'd like to thank some of the guys that came up from way out there. You know, Paul Haley came from Virginia. The Paul Haley there with he got a big old ranch, I think, up there. Dale Haley and his wife, they came from Dallas, right? Fort Worth. Fort Worth. Mary Bernal from California, Fresno, California. You know, Arnold just moved to San Antonio, and he's a big wheeler dealer down there. I'm not gonna tell you. If you want to go live in San Antonio, he does construction. He'll build a house for you. We got Poncho de Leon. Let me tell you about Poncho there. We used to kick him around all over the field. And he'd come fighting right back. This guy, I really admire a guy like this. Poncho. From New Mexico. I guess I got everybody. Well, we had.
Raina, where did Raina come from?
Oh, hey, Raina, God. You know,
Compadre, man.
he's not compadre, but his wife ran him out of town. And he comes over here to hunt with me. And of course, you know who pays for the whole thing. But anyway, Raina lives in Lake Jackson. That's close to Houston. Now, here's Jim. He's going to present the ring. Jim.
All right, Jim.
Like Pofio said, I'm not as quick, not as fast. I'm a lot wider. I don't see near as far. But it's really a pleasure for me to be here and to meet and have good times with all the guys that were on the 1953 State Semifinalist Championship team. And as most of you know, most of the high schools now, most of the colleges, they have a thing called the championship ring. And when Pofio and I started talking about a year ago, maybe a year and a half, I had a good friend named Don Watson. And so we decided to see if we could get the best deal on the cost of the rings and get some gold rings, get some diamond in it, a big ring that looks like a college ring for the 1953 team, which I think has probably been the most talked about wherever I've gone when I used to be a college coach in the state of Texas when I was at Texas Tech. They certainly talked about the Edinburg Bobcats and the program and how maybe just one damn play we've been playing for the state championship the next week after we played Port Neches. But these championship rings, they're 50 years late, but they're all going to like them. We also have a team picture. The procedure is when we call out your name, Pofio will be on the left, I'll be on the right. We're going to take a picture. Then after, we're going to take some team pictures, and we're going to take pictures of some guests that want to be here. And I'm not going to give you any kind of motivational speech about the chemistry or the love of the team, because I think Joe Rodriguez, I think Coach Baylor did a great job, and that's what it's all about in coaching, believe me. But the greatest thing of why you remember it is not how fast you win, not how big you were. It's your damn record of 11-0-1.
Yeah!
That's the reason. I guarantee I can associate this team with our 56 Southwest Conference Championship team that we beat Greg Pinkston's ass at Arkansas. Our record was 10-0-1. I can associate this team at Tennessee when I coached there. We were 11-1 and number 2 in the nation. Because this team had the intangibles, They had the chemistry, and they say, well, we learned how to lead. Well, by God, you were going to do that if you played for Billy Cooper, let me tell you. Because when he said, go this way, he didn't mean, you know, around the block and up here. He meant that way. And we had some great coaches. We had some great players. There was 32 players on this team. And we scored about 45 points the first 7 or 8 games. Then we played McAllen and all that game that you all remember. And we scored 2 or 3 touchdowns in the last minute and a half. We beat them 19-14. We have a video of the far game where Carlos scored in the last 30 seconds to beat them 19-13. Then we just kicked somebody's can up there in San Antonio 20-14. And then we had Port Neches beat 7-7. If it ever let us run that one play where Liddy scored the touchdown on the pass, but they wouldn't count it. And so our record was 11-1. Our Tennessee team was 11-1. Our 56th Southwest Conference Championship team at A&M was 10-1. And I put this team with the type of character, the chemistry, the leadership, the players that were on this team. Believe me, what they learned in that year were going to be successful through life. And you can look at this group here, and you can also put into that group the great fans that we had at Edinburg High School, because we were the only high school in this city. So now let's get to the rings, and we'll call the people out, and we'll give a ring and a team picture. Arturo Cardenas.
Stand over here.
Yeah, turn around and we're going to take the picture. There we go.
Alright. Hold it up.
Smile.
Like it? Have you ever? Red eye?
Chilo Rios.
Yeah. Hold on, one more.
Jimmy Green. Eddie Mulberger is going to accept it for Jimmy Green.
All right. It's pictured twice, huh?
Come here.
Alfonso de Leon. Smile. Gee. Carlos Esquivel and Lydia will accept it for Carlos.
Okay.
One more, please. Thank you. Thank you, lady.
Oh my goodness. Let's give this guy a big round of applause for putting the event on. Porfirio Casa.
Wait.
Smile.
Here's that plate too.
Raul Cardenas.
Let me tell you something about Raul here. He's the one that threw that great block there when old Joe Torres was scored touchdown against Edison.
Okay.
Dale Haley.
Yeah!
Come on, Froggy.
Stefan. Come here.
They have to walk 10 miles. That's a parking one.
It's got a Reina.
Yeah, there you go. Happy.
Insurance man, Eddie Malberger.
A lot of teams go through and don't win, and or play hard and have great players. But I just think I'd be amiss if I didn't, we didn't take some time out to thank God that He blessed us. I don't know why He did. I don't know why He did me. There's so many blessings. I look at guys back here, Joe Rodriguez, one of my heroes when I was just a freshman. He was a senior baseball player. Elias Gloria back there played when I was in 8th grade. I watched him. I said, all the guys. But why were we blessed, guys? I don't know. But I think we just need to take it. And I just want to thank God. I just want to give y'all our head, and I like to thank God for blessing each one of us so much.
Amen.
Father, we just, I don't know why you blessed us, Father, but you did. And Father, I want to thank you for the great times, the great players, just the great joys that you give us. And Father, I have to believe that for some reason you reached down and blessed us so much more than some other group. Father, I thank you. Thank you for Jesus. Thank you again for all the blessings. And we just thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Eddie. I can tell you why God blessed us, Eddie. Carlos Escobar scored 129 points. Arnold Marriott. Edinburg Bobcats, Moose Johnston, and blocked for Carlos all those games.
You know, at our age, we forget a lot of things. But I do remember two plays. One was we were playing Devio and we were on the 5-yard line. And Carlos run for a touchdown around the right lane. And they called me for using my arm and blocking. So we come back, put us in the end zone, and this time AC Johnson says, "Let's run it again. I can block that son of a gun." And we did, and this time I held on to my shirt and blocked. Ran again. And there's also another one. This involved with Ibn Avidas. Coach designed a play for San Antonio where him and I would go through the hole, we'd take out the linebackers, and we ran that play. I don't know how many times down the line, and San Antonio didn't know what to do, which way we were coming to block from. And those, Lili and Carlos, is what I remember the most. Thank you.
Vasquez. Joe was the fastest player on the team. And returned the kickoff, actually the punt against San Antonio, 70-something yards.
Yay!
That was fast, man.
We had a little malfunction on a couple of rings, and they'll be coming in November the 9th, and Opio's going to send them. And so we'd like the representative for Nick Molina to come up, and we'll present the team picture and take a picture.
Well, I'll leave you there. I'm going to Edinburg, but you guys get home whenever you want. I wasn't going to miss this. I don't care if I was in London, Germany, I'd have been here today. Thank you.
Why don't we all rise, and we do believe that today is Mr. Moore's birthday. Why don't raise up, and we're going to sing him happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Morris. Happy birthday to you.
You guys remember to sign footballs now, because they're going to be locked up. So remember what I said? 75. Been another 25 years.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have
Quite a bit of liquor back in on. So, Michelle, you know what he wants?
Like to get involved too. So, but I can give him my other three. And then Tim doesn't drink, so there's another four right there. Looking at watches.
Okay.
So just tell me what you want me to. Okay.
You know, we never capture them. So it's good for the archive. Anything that intrigues you?
Oh, I think the $20 Rolex with diamonds on it is what I'm really looking for.
Did you pass it up back there or what?
A $38 Rolex back there.
Oh, really? Well, that's way too expensive. I don't know.
How about you, Tim? Anything that intrigues you?
I don't know yet. You know, I could use a blessing.
You could use a what?
A blessing.
Hey, that's how about that? ¿A cuánto lo dan este reloj?
$20.
$20. Ah, bueno. ¿Y si te compramos dos?
Ay, no me grabé.
¿Eh? I'm asking her, and if we buy two, then what? ¿Y si le compramos dos, cuánto?
Aparte, otros dos.
Bueno, este y otro.
Es que ese ya lo compró.
Oh, ¿ya lo compró?
Sí.
Ah, bueno, si compramos otros dos.
Otros dos, ay, permítame.
Ándale, sí. How about that? We're heading to the restaurant because Rice and Mimi are probably close to Reynosa about this time. I think we should start walking to the restaurant. We're not gonna sit here, Marty. We're gonna sit close to the closer to the kitchen. There, yeah, there. Yeah. Okay. Pásenle para allá.
Yeah, so you can work it out now with Marty and Dean. You and I are straight away, except for that.
Okay, which I guess is actually good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Start right out.
Really? No.
What's wrong? Ginger. Oh no, but I wanted to watch that.
Okay.
I can sit here. we're interested in gender equity, I can sit there.
You guys can sit together.
Ostensibly, we're gathering to talk about the Somali refugee
Does it make sense?
crisis and the conflicts there and some of the thoughts.
I got that place
It's just, it was really amazing.
Always the Yeah, we're only 50 minutes from here. We got a hotel. Yes, but you three could cover that easily, because you guys are going to go back to the... Yeah, you got licenses here to cover the liquor. How many bottles do you have?
This is an important conversation to capture.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you any more about the
I
African.
can take that with you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but just, when you go to the border, every out-of-state country.
Ya estamos listos para irnos, pero sí. Ándale, gracias.
12, 16 bottles.
La cuenta.
Por favor.
So you have the fake ID with
So we're gonna do this, so now I owe you $1.60.
Oh, for crying out loud.
See how the tables. But it's in the van.
So what are we going to, you said, well,
Yeah, but.
Can we close out?
So because I'm leaving it in
Are we
the van.
closed out?
The van has to pay.
everybody,
The brain trust
No, I'm
is
writing in the
there's
place.
working on it.
So we're,
Oh, wait, we can figure it out. We'll figure it out.
we're gonna
Yeah, we'll
figure
figure
it
it
out.
out.
you're not saying like,
No, we came in from the very big truck.
Exhibition
The
or
excursion.
exhibition.
Mimi came in the
Wonderful
late.
house with a great.
Oh, then I have to get
right beside a nudist camp.
Either
So
that or
you're
you
gonna
can take your
enjoy,
time.
so we
meeting
can,
there.
She wants it with it. Maybe
Yeah, the nudists come out at 10 o'clock. It's like
Would you be
tea
able to
time,
take
you
my
know. They
deal?
come out at 10
You're
o'clock
gonna
in the
go
morning.
to the hotel. I think that's the
and you're
hotel.
bringing binoculars.
That's right, Frank is
Yeah,
bringing
that's right. And Frank and I will
periscopes for everyone tomorrow to look over their fence.
This other team
We're talking
goes.
about strategic programming areas.
And Frank's family mows the grass.
Uh-huh.
And standing up on the riding when we're trying to look over top of the fence.
Beautiful place on
Good
the
idea,
bottom.
Michelle.
There's a land just behind it.
How much is it?
Corrugated fence.
It doesn't make sense to see
Ya viene ahorita el mesero.
Catherine out
There's
to
a nudist resort for all these snowbirds.
It doesn't make sense to drive me all the way out to Catherine.
You know how those Minnesotans like to take it all off.
The liquor can go anywhere. Yeah, exactly. But you know, like,
Con permiso.
María, el pan para
Había otra parte de la 28.
Hay otra de 28.
Yeah, I think the tip is not included. You're figuring that out? Right. I'm sorry?
You said it's not included.
Right, it's not. You're just like the kids.
See, it's a telltale red light.
I got the leftovers.
Good.
But it took much longer. It took like a decade to chase them, as opposed
So you're
to.
gonna take that with you, of course, to Alpha.
I take it everyone. I teach with it.
With Vamos, an administrative writing, have an executive.
Yep.
So when you fold it up, is it really much smaller? That's what you're having in Salisbury.
No.
This is an even more later toy.
When? Yeah, it's a, yeah. No, we took a couple of 8s to Salzburg. I needed something for the classroom. You
So
know?
what do you just put it there and you say?
I have a little tiny little tripod, and so I use it for teaching, that sort of thing. Of course, yeah, I gotta ask first. Anybody mind being videotaped? And yeah, I didn't. Well, all you are media people,
You didn't ask for them?
No, I didn't. But all these are media folks. Of course, there's margaritas and all kinds of stuff involved. But Martin likes it.
Did you get them all these toys?
But hey, I'll tell you what. Look, we have so documented our family life since '97. We got all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And so we.
I've documented more. But you don't ask for as much as we should. I mean, not that you should have any, but
Although we have more than anybody else we know.
I'm sure.
But it's still not enough.
But there's still a lot. We've gotten some of the, like my grandma, parents, and things like that.
Well, maybe not. You never really.
I've had people try to convert me.
I'm sure. But no, you should stick with your guns. And I mean, I think that the Republicans have a lot of interesting things to say. And I'm just worried about certain issues that I'm very passionate about. I don't feel like the Republican Party speaks to in a way that makes sense to me.
That's my feelings were.
Did you see
those things that could change?
No, but I feel that way about the Democrats also. Anyways, if I could be something and vote my conscience, I would vote the Green Party all the time. That's too scary to me too, because a lot of people just throw away your vote if it's not. It's once in 2 party system.
So I assume you didn't vote for Bush. Did you vote for David? At least you're not going to vote.
In our area, we have a really big problem with the abuse of drugs instead of street drugs, cocaine or whatever. A lot of people, because prescription drugs, there is more access to those drugs than street drugs.
Now, is this like young?
Very young, and people that are also.
Here, the most prominent drug that took advantage of prescription drugs is when people say drugs, marijuana. Yeah, that's.
I guess from Mexico or they're over here. Where's the original?
It could be both. I mean, that's the problem is, I know friends that smoke. It's like right there in the high school, but
it's not a big deal.
And a lot of it's really like shrouded, since this is such traditional thing. There's not a lot of accepting of that. Like parents are like, oh, my child is like this people men, because they're traditional. They raise them up to be so, so there's not that big, like it's not like a big city where there's like an embassy fight for drugs. It's like, it's there, and it's kind of known.
People are uncomfortable about talking about it. Not in my background.
And it's the same thing with like, because there is a problem, right? A lot of young girls, 16, jump out of school.
Eagles.